We're bringing in NewsNation's national security expert, former CIA officer and FBI special agent, Tracy Walder. Tracy, thanks for making the time tonight.
Thanks for having me, Natasha.
Tracy, I know that you have called Iran a black hole of intelligence. You say it is remarkable that this was even discovered. Tell me more about that, and also how credible do you believe this threat was?
Oh, I'm going to answer the second part first. I believe that this threat was absolutely credible. We actually have arrested Mr. Marchand about 2 months ago, coming in from the northern border of Canada to do something very, very similar. And Iran has been making this threat now for almost 4 years at this point. So it's very credible. This is pretty remarkable, in my opinion. When I was at CIA, Iran was basically impossible to get any intelligence out of. We had no human assets, nothing to get us information, and our diplomatic relationship with them really didn't exist. So the fact that the FBI, the CIA was able to obtain intelligence on this operation, in my opinion, is actually a bright spot here.
And any doubt in your mind that this man had the training, the means, the capability of actually carrying this out?
So I'm not sure that he necessarily had the training, quite frankly. I think, 1 week of to do an operation like this, I'm not trying to give anyone any ideas, is not necessarily a lot of training. But he clearly, based on the reporting, had the means in terms of the money to do that and the full backing of the IRGC. So in terms of military and financial means, he had all of that available to him.
Why is Iran targeting Trump? What specifically are they trying to avenge?
The death of Qasem Soleimani. I know I've talked about that here. I keep saying it over and over and over again. This is what Iran wants. They are playing basically an eye for an eye here, right? That is what they believe at this point. And I do not think that they will stop until they ultimately get what they want.
Yeah, that is fascinating. You believe they will keep trying. So in light of that, what needs to be done between now and Inauguration Day?
I absolutely do believe that they will keep trying. I think between now and Inauguration Day, obviously security does need to be stepped up. The Secret Service is not going to tell us what that is, quite frankly, and they shouldn't, in my opinion, because we don't want enemies knowing that information. One of the things that the Secret Service will need to do that I don't want to say they haven't done before, but will have to do so more, is actually liaise more with the CIA and liaise more with foreign intelligence organizations, because a lot of times the threats have been internal against our president or members of Congress or those kinds of things. But now they really are external. And so they do need the ability to collect that information and get it in a timely manner from our intelligence services.
You've spent a great deal of time on the ground in the Middle East, personally interviewing terrorists and studying these networks. What form do you believe we need to be on the lookout for when you say that they will keep trying to take out President-elect Trump?
So in my opinion, Iran, in the past 2 times that we have now seen criminal indictments unsealed, basically has been doing what we would call classic assassination attempts. It seems to me they're not necessarily engaging in these large-scale terrorist attacks, the ones that I sort of investigated and that we're very familiar with. This would be very precise, very precision-oriented. My guess is they also have information that some of this may come in the form of chemical weapons, which is why you see sort of those robo-dogs, if you will, outside of Mar-a-Lago. And so I think it will be very, very targeted what they're trying to do, and it will not be sort of this mass operation that we saw with sort of September 11th, if you will.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.